It's Monday afternoon, end of day 4 of the renovation. So we had a 3-day hiatus. On Friday, they did the thing that my other contractor did that made me really not want to work with them again, i.e. tell me we're going to be here and never show up and never let me know that they're not showing up. I decided to have a little bit of grace about that for the first day. I knew that the guy that I've been dealing with the most did not have my phone number. And I had also asked them to start later because I had Pilates in the morning. So I figured maybe they got caught up with something. And when they finally realized, crap, we should have called Ray, it was very late. He showed up Saturday morning to apologize. So, I was not thrilled on Friday because I could have run a few errands by the Pilates studio instead of rushing home to get ready. But anyway, I'm forgiven for, I said, you guys get one chance of doing that, and that's fine. So today was technically day 1 of like a 7 to 10 day vacation for me, which I was planning to just stay home and work on growing my business. I'm growing the next phase of my business. And of course, I'm cursed. The internet's been out all day, and not just the internet, but also like the mobile service has been like ridiculously slow. And so very, very frustrating. I keep telling myself this is not common here, although I've been having a couple of outages lately that it's been bugging me. And I get drops in the evening. Like I'm upstairs at night and I get a drop, and I don't know what's going on. So I'm gonna be watching that a little bit. But unlike like in Canada, when your internet goes out and you call your company, they'll be like, well, who cares? And we'll fix it if and when we feel like doing it. And they'll literally laugh in your face if you ask for a discount. Here, they've been sending me updates daily, saying as soon as, we're daily, like hourly pretty much. And they'll say, if once we're back up and 100% sure we're back up, make a note of how long it was out and we'll credit you on your next bill. Like it's completely different here. So it kind of calmed me down once I finally got them getting back to me, because like it took a while to confirm that there was a major issue. So it's just frustrating because I was trying to do stuff and my whole week was scheduled on being online. So it's been like, it felt like I lost a day because I didn't have anything else that I felt that I could do with the guys here, and, the constant interruptions and whatnot. That's what a Reno is, right? And I just thought, oh, this is perfect. I got a good schedule planned and a list of activities. So it's really, really frustrating. So today they were planning to do painting and electrical, and they changed their mind and they decided to do the subfloor today, so that if there was any splashes of concrete, it wasn't going to affect a new paint job. They're trying to schedule the paint job to avoid staining and marking up anything, but at the same time they've got to schedule it so that they're not risking the paint job. It's a puzzle. So the only unfortunate thing that happened today, like I'm not angry or anything. I gotta be careful because I posted about this on Facebook and I had a lot of, well, these things happen and like you just can't say anything without people thinking that you're cross about something. So they were making all these holes, making a lot of, the wall was shaking and everything, and exactly what I was expecting to happen happened. They took a chunk out of my living room wall, which is really, really unfortunate. Why couldn't it have been like just a couple of inches over and behind the door? Because even when they patch, you're gonna see it. Luckily, I have the paint number and the container is empty, but at least they can take that to the paint store and they know what they're buying and they'll be able to fix it. But it's just another expense. Again, these things happen. I know they're gonna fix it. It's not a big deal. It's just frustrating. So the new floor is in, and it's really interesting to see them work because this is all done manually with trowels, and we've got a little cord there to make sure everything's level. And it's very, very wet, and they say they can walk on this tomorrow, which it just absolutely blows my mind that they'll be able to walk on this. And what he explained to me is that we can walk on it because there's like a mesh in it, like it's like chicken wire. Plus, they also add an agent to it that makes it cure faster, apparently. So that's why apparently we'll be able to walk on it tomorrow. So that's why we put a little barrier here for Bonita, because we have to remove this door because it'll have to be cut down, because the new floor is about an inch higher than the old floor was, or it will be by the time we're completely done. So they have to make like this little, they'll have to do like a little ski slope to come in here so I don't stub my toes, with the idea being that when I do the dining room floor, it'll bring it up to level. So this whole idea of bringing the floor up 1 inch started up a conversation today. I recreated it on Facebook with some emojis, because it really was like, my contractor was a bunch of emojis as we were having this conversation. Because I said to him, I said, if we're gonna bring the floor up a full inch, are we planning to bring the counters up a full inch? And he just looks at me and he's like, why would you need to do that? And I said, well, I'm tall, so 1 inch is gonna make a difference. Plus the stove now is not gonna be level with the counter. It's gonna be higher up, so it's gonna go like this, and it's gonna go like this, like that. And he started off with the, the hand on chin emoji, and then the wide-eyed emoji, and then like the shocked emoji, as he's starting to think, because they've been thinking about everything and somehow they dropped the ball on that. So what they said is, once the floor is in, they're going to use the stove to measure whatever the height of the stove is. The new height of the stove is going to be the new height of the counters. They're just going to add extra thickness to it, which is probably a good thing, reinforce it. The main contractor that I haven't seen in ages was here today to get my info about the sink. So he's gonna go out and see if it's available at SUBFLOOR, the one that I was looking at. And he's also gonna go next door and look at water heaters and see. I just said, I just want the cheapest basic water heater. It's not like I'm not trying to like generate water for a family of 5 people at the same time. I just want something that's not gonna keep shutting off. It's the second the wind blows, and it's gonna be easier to start. And it just turns out right next to SUBFLOOR, there's a store that sells water heaters. And he said it was very refreshing working with a Canadian who knows that there's stores outside of like Home Depot and Costco and stuff. He was very surprised when I, or Bushido, like some people will go to Bushido, which is the local hardware store, but he says like these little independent stores, there's not a lot of people go there, but I walk by there when I go to Pilates. So I'm hoping that he's gonna get the sink, and then that'll be really, really interesting to see what it looks like. So tomorrow they said they should be able to put the electrical in and start painting, which I'm still trying to figure out how that's going to happen, because this has to be sealed off before they can start painting. Maybe they'll start on this side, I don't know. And I'm trying to think of what else today. I had another little carpentry job, and I asked the carpenter while he was here if he could do it for me. Completely unrelated to the kitchen. I have a desk. The desk that I bought for my bedroom last year, there's been a problem with the drawers since I bought it, which is why it was deeply discounted, and he said he's going to fix that for me. So I'm very, very grateful. He says it's a very small job, but you just need to know how to do it and have the tools. So he says he's going to take care of that for me. I also bought, I was going to keep it as a surprise, but I think I'm going to just mention it, because this is a film you put over your window that blocks UV rays, and that's going to go up in the arch where I had the fan up there. And I can't work at heights. I'm scared of heights, and especially like this would involve putting a ladder on the counter like they've got there. Like there's no way that I would be working on a ladder trying to put down film or whatever. So I asked the guys, and they said they will install this for me. So I'm going to double check my measurements, because when I measured on Amazon, 2 rolls was going to do it with very minimal cuts, but I'm thinking these rolls are not as big as what I thought I was buying. I'll have to double check, because I really want to make sure that I have it when they're ready to do it. And they say, I kind of laughed, we opened it up and it was really dark, and it actually says, they actually address that in big bold letters. So I think this is going to look stunning up in the arch, and it's just going to deal with the morning sun. And you've got some of the colors that I'm going to have in the kitchen. So I think that's going to be really nice. So looking very, very good. They think they're going to be done like by next Wednesday, which I'm finding hard to believe, but that's what they're saying. But again, like I know the prep work is always the slowest. And I think if we can just get going with the momentum, we already got a good day today. Maybe it could happen. Maybe it could. Fingers crossed. It'd be really exciting if we get, paint and electrical stuff tomorrow and have it start to look a little bit more finished. I'm really, really, really hoping. And then get all brand new plumbing underneath the sink there, because that looks really bad. And I was just thinking about that the other day. I'm pretty sure I had all of the shut-off valves changed under there, and everything's corroded already after just 2 years. The water here is really, really unforgiving. Plus, I think the sink was leaking. It was just really problematic. You could never, the faucet was dripping and underneath, and you can even see you can actually see some lines there. That's in the purple. You can barely see them on the video, but you can really see them in the real world. And that's just, the water was dripping. So I think that just starting from scratch, I think it's just gonna really, really help and just have everything look fresher. So I'm just glad to see things moving, and I just hope that tomorrow isn't a waste of a day again for me, because I was just so gung-ho this morning, and it's just so frustrating with the internet. And then I just find it really, really frustrating because the internet goes out, and then normally I'm just like, I'm gonna go my hotspot. Well, Apple basically broke the hotspot, and it's very, very hard to get it to work. And I finally get it to work, and I have like no speed. I can't do anything. Like normally I'd be able to just keep working, but everything was just hurting me. So, yeah, I'm trying not to be too cranky, but it was just, I didn't get enough sleep last night, which probably doesn't help the situation. She was just sleeping all day, even through all of that noise. She's such a good girl. She has her collar on so I can clip on her leash very quickly because the guys are coming in and out all the time. They're pretty good now. They're getting keeping an eye out for her, but they don't realize just how fast she can move if she decides she wants to go for that open door. All right, I will be back tomorrow, and hopefully I will have real tangible progress besides the floor tomorrow. Like, I would love to see the new paint job. That would just be, that would be amazing. And also have this all tidied up, and this, I really hope they're not gonna make me live with this for 2 weeks, because this is depressing. I'm off.